Oscar Wilde is quoted as saying, quote, "Everything in the world is about sex except sex. Sex is about power," unquote. I personally, in everything I do in adult entertainment, whether it's performance or writing, my writing of poetry, educational writing, or fiction, I always try to make sex be about pleasure through physical and spiritual connection. But unfortunately, what I'm seeing is that the entertainment outlets within the gay community, in their capitalist idiocy, do not feel that way. Because what I'm seeing a lot of is these scenarios through adult entertainment, gay adult entertainment, which is inciting people within the gay male community to do, is to chase guys who claim to be straight or on the down low. And I really have a problem, always have had a problem with that. Because I feel no self-assured and truly proud gay or bisexual man is going to pursue or even get in it with someone who claims to be straight or on the down low, because you will be dealing with someone who's not as proud and as you claim to be. So the reason why they kind of go, so people who go in that pursuit of those type of guys exemplify that quote by Oscar Wilde, because what they're doing is they're trying to convince themselves that their sex appeal is so full of power that it can cause a straight guy to change their orientation and, fool around with them. And that is very counterproductive, and it's not healthy at all. And it also can come up with very violent consequences. And I've always been very much against, I do not support gay males who partake of that behavior. And nor do I support content creators who create content where they claim to be playing with a straight guy or a guy on the down low. And it's unfortunate that it's gotten to such a point that some of these guys who claim to be on the down low actually will put being on the down low within some of their profiles. Whether their profile's on X or whether it's even on their Grindr profile, they're using it as a means for a pickup of somebody. And like I said before, it's very dangerous. Now, I don't want to hear any of this response saying, "Oh, well, sexuality is fluid." Now, I've always had a problem with that phrase, "sexuality is fluid." And let me get into exactly why. A phrase that came about as a means to defend white and Latin males who claimed to be straight but were partaking of gay adult entertainment. And the thing is, it's a big double standard because it was a means to give them a pass. Meanwhile, with black males, it was trying to put out this idea that, oh, they're on the down low and they're spreading AIDS to HIV and AIDS to their female partners. But anyway, the reality of, when it comes to the idea of sexuality being fluid, the reality is that but it seems like everyone who's gravitating to that idea of being sexually fluid, it's really a way of avoiding calling themselves bisexual, and I have no idea why that's the case. I don't know what they're afraid of in that. You can still be bisexual, and like I said, I'm a lot more gay than straight, So my romantic relationships are with men, and I own that. So why can't they do the same, even if their gay and straight ratio is the exact opposite of mine? But anyway, my feeling with this whole issue with these gay guys chasing, gay and bisexual guys chasing these guys who claim to be straight, or on the down low, like I said before, it's very dangerous, because they could wind up dealing with somebody who wants their tryst kept a secret, and will go through great lengths to keep it a secret. Such as some of them people that probably, as I just recently heard Don Lemon mention about how, during the Republican convention, how Grindr winds up crashing because of so many of those Republicans leading their double lives. But so some of them people may want to keep, people who are in, I'm not saying Republicans are doing that, but wouldn't surprise me if they were. But there are people living double lives out there, and they will go through very dangerous and lethal lengths to keep those trysts of theirs a secret. That's why I've always tried to make my mission of being an adult entertainment persona to be one where I try to motivate people to own their orientation, and to not sign up to anything that could be counterproductive to how we're looked upon. Because the reality is, by the gay adult entertainment perpetuating those scenarios, this is what right-wingers are using against us. Because I recently wrote a poem titled "This Peach is For," and the reason I wrote that poem is because I wanted to make it abundantly clear what gender and what orientation my peach, shall we say, is for. And the reason why is because of me seeing so much of this straight guy chasing within the gay community. And so many of these straight guys who sometimes try hitting me up. And I am just not down with it. So I'm making this video to make it, my point on it, very clear, and why I'm so disgusted by it. So once again, I definitely am suggesting that any gay males that are participating in that kind of behavior do better, and not just for the community overall, mainly for your own safety. Take care.